Hello YouTube and welcome to a episode of my 2-hour challenge in GTR2. If you don't remember, we talked about this quite a while ago in regards to if you guys would be interested in seeing a 2-hour challenge. So what I've done is I've chosen a G3 class in multi-class race at Spa for 2 hours long. Guess that whether you guessed that or not already, hence the 2-hour challenge. We are in how should we say it? Basically, there are 4 different classes in this race. You've got GT, which is the fastest. Then you've got NGT, which is mainly made of Porsches and Ferraris. Then you've got the G2 class, or GT2 class. And then you've got the GT3 class. As you can see, we've got 12 people in the GT class. They're going to be the fastest out of the whole lot. Then you've got NGT. They've got 24 vehicles in their entire class, so they're quite hefty in numbers. Then you've got the G2 class, and last of all, which we are in, is the G3 class. So there's 15 of us, all varying in different cars and speeds. We've got a Chevrolets, we've got the same car I am, there's 3 of the same cars that I am, we've got some Lotus Elises. But what we've done, we've just gone up and set up the car just quickly. What if you wasn't watching and paying attention to what I was doing, or you didn't know what I was doing, is I was changing the downforce of the vehicle. And make sure it's clear before pulling out. Oh, yeah, that's close. We were changing the downforce of the vehicle because it is at 10 on the back wing, which is not needed at Spa. We changed that down to, I think it was 3. We then increased the tyre pressures a tiny bit. I can't remember what else we did. What did we do? We changed the fuel load because it was at race fuel. Obviously this is qualifying, so we don't need that much fuel. We changed a few other bits and bobs, like the rev limiter, for example, and the radiator is now more open. Which will allow us to gain more high speeds, and we've also extended 6th gear as well to get us that higher top speed along the straights, which will give us an advantage. So coming out into warm lap, obviously we're on cold tyres at the moment, so we can't really expect much. Oh, bit into the grass there, and you've got the GTs there. He's coming down the inside. They are fast. Nissan 350Z there, that's in the NGT class, although they don't really have much pace, so we might actually be fighting the Nissan through the race. But obviously what we're focused on now is just to get some nice clean space, which doesn't seem to be working considering we've got a few GT cars behind us, but we want to set a nice fast time. I'm hopefully looking for something along the lines of 123 to 124, but obviously it's been a while since I played this, a bit rusty, so let's see how we do. The reasoning I'm doing this, I mean, I know you guys not many people commented, but a few that did. None of you actually mentioned a race at Spa for 2 hours, but I knew that I did a race in a TVR here before for half an hour, and everyone liked it. So I thought, well, hell, why not? Let's go for a different vehicle, a different class, and try something new for 2 hours instead. So I love Spa, I love the track, and I love multi-class racing, so I thought, screw it, I'm going to do it. So it'll most likely be uploaded in parts, depending on how well this video goes. Oh, a bit wide. But yes, what we've done in regards to making it realistic, tyre wear is normal, so we've got no problems there, but fuel consumption is ×2. We want it to be realistic in terms of pit stops. Obviously, this is meant to represent a 24-hour race. It's not going to be a 24-hour race, but you know, we can always try to mimic that in regards to how fast how often we need those pit stops. We've also got time acceleration is ×6 or ×10, I think. So we should actually go through the night and through the day. So it's going to be quite challenging because I've never actually raced in the dark before. Oh, Jesus Christ. He braked really early there. That's probably because that GT car got in front, and luckily we didn't lose actually cause that much damage. I mean, he's got a bit of a black scuff on the back of his car now. But there's a lot of GT cars here at the moment, which is going to make it tricky for us to actually set a good lap, especially with this Porsche braking heavily because he doesn't want to hit them. We've got another one there. He just tapped me on the inside. Wasn't expecting him to come out that wide. I mean, I've still got cars behind us, so in fact I'm just going to pull over and let them go past, because this is not qualifying, this is just stupid because we're both wasting time. There goes some more. There goes that Nissan in the NGT class. Let him go past as well. That's a Porsche. Ooh, bit lag there. But for those of you, I'm sure most of you do know what a multi-class race is, but for those of you that don't, I'll go through it just quickly for you so you fully understand, otherwise the race will be extremely confusing for you. So, it's a rolling start, so that means that we all do a warm-up lap, the safety car goes in as it leads to the warm-up lap, and then the race is underway. Obviously you're all lined up via qualifying laps, so obviously whoever's faster gets at the front more, whoever's slower ends up at the back. So naturally we are in the slowest class here. We're in the G3 class, which is the slowest actually present at the moment. So we can expect to be at the back of the grid somewhere. We have got another 2 cars that are like mine, which is the Galette. It's a very high downforce car. I absolutely love the way it handles. I did try and do the Lotus Elise, but the horsepower in those things is just so shit. I could not actually get... Well, there was a BMW Z3 in there, and I could basically have competition with that because that had about the same horsepower. But other than that, the Lotus is at the back. It's always going to be at the back because it's just got no power. It's mid-engine sports car, which is brilliant for racing because it's balanced, but the horsepower, it has nothing. So unfortunately I didn't go for that. So this is why we ended up with this. It's got the handling to go through the nice twisty turns of Spa, and also I've altered it to actually compensate for its lack of top speed in regards to the Porsches. We've actually got some Porsches in our class as well. So we've got the G3 Class Cup Porsches. We've also got a Chevrolet Corvette in here somewhere, or I think it's a Dodge Viper, I'm not too sure which. Then you've got the 2 Lotuses and a BMW Z3. I think that's what you've got in ours, and in overall they total up to 15 cars. I've kind of gone off topic here. What is a multi-class race? So you've got different classes, as I've already explained, and the whole idea is that you have to win in your class. All the cars are going around all at the same time, racing each other. You can still fight for position, but obviously each car has to meet specific regulations. So, for example, the GT class, they're allowed to go a hell of a lot faster, therefore they can have better brakes, better downforce, better aerodynamics, as opposed to a car that has to meet G3 regulations. So that's why there's such a big gap in regards to performance. So, if anyone has actually watched a multi-class race in real life, everybody knows that crashes happen often, and there's a lot of people that drop out due to mechanical failures. Oh my god! Oh, that was a lucky save. Whew, Jesus. But yes, as I was saying, people drop out because of mechanical failures and accidents, especially at Le Mans. Obviously not at Le Mans today, but that is a good example because you have all these different classes of cars. They're all racing each other flat out on their own classes, and at one point they're going to meet each other because the faster cars are obviously going to overtake the slow ones, and they're going to come around to meet them again. So that's where the challenge really comes in, because you've got to predict where that car's going to be, what kind of performance it's going going to be doing. So that's where it really comes into its own, and that's why I have actually become addicted to multi-class racing now. Over Formula 1. Formula 1 is good. It's very good indeed, but it's not exciting because there's not enough action in it. You get to overtake some person in like a McLaren or a Red Bull. Depending on where you are in the field, you can only race with like 3 people because you've got the same performing cars as opposed to the rest of the field. Whereas multi-class racing, everyone's going at it full pelt. There's none of these stupid little rules that the FIA have introduced to Formula 1 nowadays, and it's just actual proper racing, and that's why I do it on iRacing as well. So I might actually look into making a Let's Play on this game, because this game actually specifically does multi-class racing. So if you do want to see that, then please go ahead and like the video and comment below as to whether you would or would not like it, because I absolutely enjoy it. I mean, I'm even trying to get into racing in real life. I'm here at Brands Hatch in the UK because I actually live close by. Me and a few of my friends are actually discussing getting a car and actually meeting a rookie modification or a series. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. And if I do actually get it, oh my god, Jesus Christ! Steady, 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 steady.
Looks like there's a yellow flag in sector 3.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me! It was me who's got the fucking yellow flag, you dumbass. Jesus, I've crapped my pants. Let's go back into the pits. That's what I get for talking and not racing at the same time. But Jesus Christ. But we're in 55th place after that small little run. We did 4 laps. The fastest being a 2.27, so it's quite slow. But it just goes to show how slow some of the cars are here in the GT3 cars, especially, as I said, the Lotus Elises, and you've got the BMW Z3, which is very slow indeed.
Watch for your pit space. Watch for your pit space.
1 second.
Okay, slow the car down.
Right, okay, so we're now back in the pits. Obviously, you've got all the 15 cars here. You can see in my other competition there, he's going to be the fastest. He's done a 2:23.997. And you've got the other one. So these guys are in the same cars as me. Actually, he's in 3rd. Where's James Ruffler? James Ruffler is in the Porsche in the G3 class. So he's down at 2:24.9. So in fact, first place has got a whole second gap, leading comfortably there. We're in 9th, and you've got obviously the Lotus Elise, as I said, right at the back. Oh no, that's the BMW. That's a BMW at the back. But we're going to go out again because we're not happy with 55th place. We're going to try and push it a bit. You do actually, I'm not going to be doing the entire 2 hours race. There is an AI driver, so as per you would in real life, you'd have more than one driver. You can actually choose to control this driver, but considering that it's going to be a long time, we're going to be into night racing and everything, it is actually very tiring to play a simulator like this, especially when it's this precise. If you're playing something like iRacing or this game, something that's actually designed to be close to real life as possible, just whack up the resistance and feedback that you get so it's as realistic as possible, so like how the car would fight you back. It is actually very tiring. Having to focus so much. Oh my god.
In sector 1, yellow flag in sector 1.
I mean, having to focus and be very precise and when to turn in and what to turn in is actually very tiring. And anyone who says that that's not, and they play a simulator, then I'm sorry, but you need to turn up the difficulty, and you definitely need to turn up your resistance. So if you're playing a simulator game where you want to have that real feeling of racing and actually fighting the car and just the track and the other cars that are on it just to be in the lead, then you have to challenge yourself. And if you're just, you know, one-handing it around a corner just without any fight back, then you're doing it wrong, and you need to do something else to do it. But if you're tired and it's actually knackering doing it, then you're doing it right. I sound like I'm lecturing someone. I should be a teacher. But makes good commentary, I hope. Fingers crossed. I probably sound like a total fucking idiot, but never mind. Hopefully we won't have that many accidents as we are having now. Obviously night racing is very difficult. The lights on these cars are absolutely rubbish. I think I tried doing this on the other one that I did, but it was 30 minutes long, so it started to get night time, but the race wasn't long enough to give me that. Right, so here we go on our fast lap. I've got to cut it nicely. I've got a blue flag because I'm actually on my out lap. Once I go across the line, that'll disappear. But we need to set a good lap. Let's see, let's go now. And then we come up to El Rouge. Oh my god, Jesus. You aggressive bastards. Fucking hell. Even the GT car behind us is thinking, fuck that. Let's flash him. Flash him. Aggressive little dick. Yeah, that's a Ferrari that's behind us. So that's an NGT. And we've braked way too late here. Too busy focusing on something else. That's what we get. Got Ferrari behind us. I love that corner there as well. It's amazing. Got to be careful in this corner. We're going a bit too fast. Oh, but we just keep it on. That's the way to do it. This sector's very tricky. You see the Ferrari in the left mirror. Very close behind. Ferraris are actually faster than us. They're in the NGT class, not the G3. So I'm expecting this guy to overtake. He's on my right hand side at the moment, but we're going to focus. Yeah, there he is, coming across the front. But that's fine. And this is just our warm-up lap. It's a good turn in there. You can actually go flat out here if you're in this car, or the G3 class that is. Oh, a bit skittish though. We're reaching 140 miles an hour.
The yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Yellow flag. None of our business. Through this sector, going a bit wide onto the grass a tiny bit. Using all the road for this sector here. It's a bit more wide than we did last time round, but nevertheless. Oh, gone way too wide here. Jesus. Because that will take it off. The next corner where you've got this small straight here, you're going to lose a lot of time there. A bit too aggressive on the steering at the moment. Might have to tone it down a bit, be a bit more delicate and precise. And that's another thing I like about multi-class racing. If you're in the Pacific car, you can actually throw it around quite a bit and still save it. They're savable as opposed to Formula 1 car. If they go, then they're gone. And also, same with like high class. Oh Jesus! Oh, except for when that happens. But we're still actually in competition at the moment. We're still doing well. That would have been a good lap as well. It's really annoying. Now 56th place overall, so we're moving down. We've got 3 laps of fuel. It's got to be a faster lap, surely. 125, 126.3, even with that crash. Going up the hill once more. 130 miles an hour through that corner. Jesus Christ. That's fast. Up to 140 miles an hour. Going a bit wide. But we've now gone down to 54th place with that lap we just did. So that's good. We've regained another 2 positions. Oh jeez, that sun. That's fierce. Coming down on the long straight. This is just so much fun to drive. I love this track. That's a lot better. Got a BMW in the G2 class, so they are actually faster. He's trying to come out the outside, but I'm not going to let him ruin this lap. There's no way. He can wait. He's going to go in, isn't he? Why overtake if you're going to go into the fucking pits? Why do that, you fucking arsehole? I don't mind letting you buy it, but at least don't fucking... What's the point in overtaking if you're going to go into the fucking pits anyway? That's just ruined my lap. All for the sake of you going into... Oh, this game. That was a bloody good lap as well. Oh. And that was ruined completely now. Bit bumpy going out of El Rouge. I think we've got a GT car on our right hand side here. Yep, there he goes. Gave him some room. I love that corner there. Just you have to be very precise with it because you have to stay in 5th gear. You have to decide what gear you're going to be in to see if you're going to be 5th or 4th. If you go into 4th, you have to lose a lot more speed on the entry, and also then obviously floor it. You can floor it a lot quicker because obviously you're going to be revving down, or you can stay in 5th gear and just let the car glide through, and then just tap it like dip, and then when you've got to that apex point where you know you're going to make it, you just floor it. And that's what I do the 5th gear one personally, because it's just so much more fun, because it's just so precise and so much more rewarding, and it's awesome. I mean, here you can go flat as well. Ooh. Yep, made that. 140 miles an hour. Car's top speed is about 150. Look at that. Just because we've now come out of that corner, this could actually be faster without anyone cutting us up going to the bloody pit lane. So there is another car there, which is going to ruin our turn in here. We're not having very much luck, are we? All these cars keep interrupting. And that's the 125.8, which is still in 54th place, so no change there. Come on. This will be our last lap. If not, then we're just going to go straight to race and see how we can do there. Oh, bloody GT. Whoa, 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 drifting. Jeez, that was awesome. It's a good lap, very good. So we're just trying not to fuck it out. There's a bit of smoke up ahead. I don't know where that's come from. Maybe a bit of contact or tyre squealing. But so far so good. Other than the drift, that might cost us a bit of time. The drift in that sector 2 there, that might have ruined it for us. Right, we need to get this last corner good in order to cut it down. This isn't going to be an amazing lap, as I'd hoped. Oh, come on, yellow Porsche, don't ruin it for me. Don't ruin it, don't ruin it, don't ruin it, brother. Come on, move your ass! Yes! There's an extra 2 places with that time. We should really be doing 122.3s. Kind of shit myself coming out of Real Rouge there, and Jesus got hit in the back by a GT car. He couldn't really do much. I was going pretty slow because I took the outside line, so that's understandable. But we should do 122.4s at least. That's quite a good time for this car, but we wasn't able to. Just too many mistakes, too much traffic. But we are going to cut it off there, I think. But we are. Let's have a look. We are 5th place in our class overall. We're not too far behind the next 3 cars in terms of performance, but obviously the guy we're watching now, Mr. Coopens, is number 1. We're going to increase or decrease. I don't know because. Hang on. Increase the tyre pressure by 1 on each. And we're going to go on medium slicks for the race. Oh shit, get out of that. Behind us is a Porsche again. There's just loads of Porsches everywhere. Here's the Chevrolet. You've got the Lotus Elises, which will be at the back as well. They're both in the garages. They've given up, but they're doing 231s. So they're not doing too well. And then you've got the BMW Z3, as I said. But this is it for this episode, guys. So if you do want to stick along for the race, then please do, and I will see you then.